I finally done did it. I bought some land in Colorado, the Fort Garland area, a little over 5 acres for around $8,000. Now, if you saw my other video, we were out there around 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and I kind of know the area. I've been up there walking around looking at other land. It was about $5,000 back then for 5 acres. Now it's like $9,000. So I just got tired of waiting around and looking at land for years. Didn't really have the means to do it back then. I should have done it back then. There's a lot less to choose from right now. The spot I got has really good views. It's up on the side of a valley. So it's got some trees, some pine trees on the land. Not as much as I'd like, not as secluded as I'd like, but it's very close to what I wanted. So I would recommend going through a realtor rather than a private person. Everything was really smooth. Everyone was really polite and helpful. The realtor will go through a title company, which will handle everything through email online, through e-sign. Now, one added cost they'll let you know it's $500 for the title search and to look to see if there's any taxes due on the property or anything. The seller pays half of that, and you pay half of it, so it's $250 extra on top of the land cost. There is a title insurance for $400, which the seller pays. The ideal thing to do is go out and look at the land before you purchase it. I didn't have the opportunity to do that. I used a couple different apps. Both were free. And I'll show you here. Now, for instance, looking at 4560 Clawson Road for sale. Takes you down to the land. That's just a random piece of land here I'm looking at. It'll show you the current owners of the land, but it's not really up to date. The land I purchased, the previous owner had died and it went to a dead deed sale. And the seller I bought it from him in, I think, 2014 for like $1,800. And then I bought it from him. But you can check the elevation here with this app. This is not as easy to use as some people say. Maybe it's user error. I don't know. You can see how this piece of land is pretty even at the front, and it dips down like towards the back, and even rises up in the middle there. So you can kind of tell the layout of the land. Now, another app I used did not show the boundaries, so I tried to draw it in roughly. This shows a better view of the property, and you can tell how the back of the property kind of dips down. That's the actual piece of land I bought. And you can see where off the road there's some good flat areas where could be a possible spot for a house. Now, you don't want to really go in too far with the driveway, because the longer the driveway, the more it's going to cost. Those little green dots, they're pine trees. They get anywhere from like 5 foot to 8 foot tall. Here's an actual picture of the property. You can see how the pine trees, if you walk down there, they're going to be taller than you. And you can just see the nice view in the background there. So this is a little bit closer to the road. You can tell there's a little bit taller pine trees in the background there. So the cost to put a gravel driveway in as of this video, it's like under $5,000. That's for like maybe a 60-foot driveway and then like a 50 by 50 spot for a house. They can also put a sewage tank in as well at the time, which is cheaper if you have it all done together. And then like maybe a cistern for water. Now you can have a well built, but that's more expensive. Now with the septic tank in place, you can actually camp on the property three months out of the year. You can also potentially camp on the property as your house is being built, if you build a house there. You have to have a septic or they're going to run you off if you're not hooked up to septic. In the years past, they had a lot of problems with homesteaders stealing water from the Rio Grande River, doing a lot of stupid things on the land. So that was a big thing back then. And they have all these extra rules, which are kind of annoying, but it's for a good thing. So I plan on going out there in a couple years, put the driveway in, the gravel driveway and everything in. So maybe I'll have another video of that. Actually walk around the property. So anyway, thanks for listening, and maybe one day I'll be filming from Colorado. All right, thanks. Maybe I'll wrestle me some horses.